What's up, everyone? I'm here to bring you a review of the Expendables 3. I saw it a couple of hours ago. Well, when I say a couple of hours ago, I should say around. I saw it around 2 and it ended around 4:10 past. And my honest opinion is I'm kind of mixed. Like, the movie is fun. It's as fun as the other ones are, but I feel like there's something missing. Like, it starts off, your generic action, you save someone, and that someone happens to be Wesley Snipes, who I have to admit was a lot better in this movie than I was expecting. He is hilarious in the first 10 minutes. And I don't know what to say, it's been so long since I've seen Wesley Snipes in a movie. It was just nice to have him back, and he was really entertaining. But then the thing is, after like another 10-20 minutes, events happen and it causes Sylvester Stallone to leave his team behind, his old team, and recruit all these new actors. I have nothing wrong with seeing all these new actors in the movie, but I mean, just like the whole point of the Expendables is to see all these legends, and when they dropped them all, I was like, really? You're gonna have a movie without these people? And they already are in it, but they're not. But after this moment when he leaves them behind, you don't see him pretty much for the rest of the movie. Well, I wouldn't, for most of the rest of the movie. I won't give any spoilers away what happens at the end, but I'm just giving the basic story so you get the grip. Well, anyway, he recruits all these new people and they're all pretty cool. Like, they're unknown actors, well, to me anyway. I don't think I've ever seen any of them in a movie. The only person I know is Ronda Rousey, and she does not disappoint. She is awesome in this movie. She kicks so much ass, which, let's be honest, is not a surprise to anyone who knows about her and her UFC career. But the movie itself, see, I felt like it got very slow at times. And alright, there's a couple of dislikes and likes. I'll go into the dislikes first. I disliked that the chemistry didn't seem to be as good as it was in the past movies, but mainly because it was all these new actors. Not to say it was bad, but it wasn't nearly as good as it was when Sylvester Stallone interacting with Jason Statham and Jet Li and like. And another dislike I have is, I'm not sure. See, this is kind of a dislike and a like. And that's Mel Gibson as the villain. The dislike is you don't really see much of him for the first half of the movie. I mean, he might as well not even be there. The only time you see him, this is not even a spoiler, he's just literally looking at paintings and making a comment. That's all you pretty much see of the first half. And the like of part of it is when he finally comes into the movie, he's pretty badass. I mean, him and Stallone talking to each other back and forth, you can tell they're very good chemistry. And it really made for an interesting rivalry and dynamic between the two. But sadly, Joe, I wasn't say spoiler, but the end fight is like 2 minutes long, and that's one of the things that's always annoying me with the Expendables. You have all these great action heroes in this epic movie, and you have these big battles, but then when Stallone goes against the main villain, you expect an awesome fight to end it. But no, it's always like 2 minutes long. Like Expendables 2, Jean-Claude Van Damme. He did 2 roundhouse kicks and then he was beaten. That's all he did. 2 roundhouse kicks in Expendables 2. And it's not much different in Expendables 3. Mel Gibson gets a few more hits in, but you can all pretty much guess the type of fight it is. It's not really too special. But saying that, Mel Gibson was an entertaining villain, especially when him and Stallone were talking. That's when I think the movie peaked. But moving on. Oh yes, and then there was another new addition, Antonio Banderas. Going into this movie, I expect him to be this suave, cocky type of guy, but okay, he was cocky, but in a kind of a funny way. He seemed like he was very clingy, like he just wanted to be part of the team, and he just kept talking and talking, and he never stopped. And it wasn't like the funny talking, like he was just explaining everything that happened with him. And at first he seemed annoying, but as the movie goes on, you really start to like him, and you really start to feel sorry for him at one point. But he was a very entertaining part of this movie, and I'm glad he was added. And hopefully he's in the rest of them, because he is a fairly entertaining character. But of course, probably the best addition, Harrison Ford. Now, after that whole Bruce Willis debacle where he decided to leave, Harrison Ford has replaced him in the role as a different character. And Harrison Ford, as I think we all know, was badass. He was in it a lot more. I would expect like a 2-minute cameo at most. But he was in it for a good part of the movie. Like, not most of the movie, but I'd say a good 10 to 15 minutes. And that's really surprising for Harrison Ford. And honestly, he was. That's all I can say. He was just badass. I mean, this is Indiana Jones. This is Han Solo. How is he not going to be badass in a movie? And really, the movie's just mixed because it feels very slow, but again, it feels like the tone is set a bit darker and there's a bit more story in it, and like nothing mind blowing. But it seems like they put more effort into the characters and the story and where it's going. But at the same time, the action, I don't think the action's nearly as good as the past movies. But saying that, it's still worth checking out because honestly, this movie, it's a fun time and it's still probably better than most any action movie that's come out these days. That's the thing I don't get. I said 80s action movies were so much better than the stuff we get these days. Like, we get good movies every now and then, but the majority of them just don't live up. I mean, I miss the days when you had like the Terminator, Rambo, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, all these awesome action movies. I know we're stuck with shit. I mean, the closest movies we get now are like the Fast and Furious and the Raid. They're like the only good action movies we get anymore. And it's just really, really sad because I just miss these fun popcorn movies you go just to chill out and watch awesome action. No movies that's full of serious stories, and believe me, I love that shit. But it's nice to have an action movie every now and then. But sadly, they just don't live up to what they used to be. I mean, the standard action movie for us now is Transformers, and look how well that turned out. Can't think of many people who love the Transformers movies, especially along the lines of like people loving the Die Hard series. But basically, the end of this thing, I'd recommend you go see the Expendables 3 if you want a bit of nostalgia, if you want to be reminded of the 80s action movies, because it is a fun time despite not being as good as the others. I'd see it alone just to see Harrison Ford interact with Sylvester Stallone because they are hilarious interacting. I think that's all I wanted to say for this review. As always, if you like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.